League football fans, what a Saturday we've had so far, and Liverpool has yet to play against Aston Villa. But Arsenal back on top of the table, winning by 2 goals, another set piece goal. For me, I don't have any issues with set piece. Scoring goals via set pieces, they all count equal. Whether it's comes off the thigh of someone or comes off the backside of somebody, or it's a corner or it's a long throw in, all counts equal. So the only thing for me is the hypocrisy that would come afterwards if a less fancy side starts to do it against an Arsenal. But overall, I think fair play deserves to be where they are at this minute, but it's left to see if they're actually going to take it home. But we know Arsenal can be top of the table 1 minute and then come the end of the season finish fifth or fourth or maybe second, and we'll be happy with that one. But fair marks, top marks to them for their performance against Burnley. And the early goal they got, I think that sort of settled things for them because, of course, to my mind, I think Burnley would have, loved to sit deep, defend deep, and just see out the full 90 minutes, maybe get a goal on the break if they are able to do that. So, fair play to Arsenal. And then talking about Manchester United drawing with Nottingham Forest, and from a Chelsea fan's perspective, you look at it and ask yourself, how did Chelsea lose to Manchester United? The same old poor side, dross performance, and we're very fortunate not to end up losing that game. So, maybe Amorim can take some joy from the fact that they didn't lose the game, but that was the game that Nottingham Forest should have won, and Manchester United back to their, did I say bad habits or back to their second nature? But anyways, 2-2 draw. And Brighton absolutely whooped Leeds United 3-0. So top marks for Brighton, but that's what you get with your Brighton side. I don't think they will ever really get to compete, for top European places, because one game they bashed teams 5-0, and another game they end up losing. So, but fair play to them for seeing things through. And then talk about the Chelsea game. That was one crazy game. It was crazy because of things that could have been and things that should have been, and how dominant Chelsea was in that game. It was ended 1-0, but I don't think that 1-0 told the entire story of the game, because just dominated possession, dominated chances created, and the quality of chances created, if you watch the game, just told you that this is the game Chelsea should be winning. But the combination of poor finishing, poor decision making, on the likes of João Pedro Neto, Gittins when he came on. I thought Garnacho looked good, was on the pitch. And Enzo Maresca, he's fortunate that Chelsea ended up winning that game, because huge question would have been asked of him: how did you keep Neto on for that long? How did you keep Neto on for that long? Because he didn't look good for the best part of the game, especially in that second half. I was thinking that's why I would have come on a bit earlier on, because I don't quite understand the logic for having him, remanded to the bench for that long. When he came on with the 85th, 84th minute, and he looked more dangerous than Neto did for the well over 70 minutes that he was on the pitch. And then you look at João Pedro. Yes, he got his goal, but he could have quite easily had a hat-trick today. Quite easily had a hat-trick. And Gittins, come on, man. How are you shanking that ball way into the skies, man? So Chelsea should have quite easily won that game. But overall, I'm sure Maresca wouldn't be too bothered. He got a goal and in the top four again, in the fourth spot. Could have finished third, at least finished today third. If they had got a second or even a third goal, which looked likely. Spurs looked really poor. I'm sure Spurs fans out there, you're absolutely gutted at your team, because they showed no life from start to finish. And Xavi Simons, he went to Spurs. He gave that interview saying when Spurs called, he answered. I wonder what phone number did he answer, or what did he answer to do? If someone calls you, say, okay, I need you to come do XYZ thing. You pick the phone and say, yes, I'll be there. So what did he answer the call to say he was coming to do? But overall, an exciting day of Premier League football. Hoping to see what Liverpool would do against Aston Villa. Would they get back to winning ways? Remember in the preview, for today I said back to winning ways. Chelsea have been able to navigate themselves back to winning ways. Liverpool, what do they do going into the Villa game? Do they come up unscathed, or they fall to their seventh, sixth or seventh? They've lost so many games I can't quite keep count. So, but overall, super exciting fixtures so far. Super exciting score lines. Hopefully, Aston Villa and Liverpool game would not disappoint, and I'll be giving you the review to that game on Sunday as part of the preview for the games coming up on Sunday. So at this point, come to the end of the video, and I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye-bye.